Hello everyone, and welcome back to another unit comparison here in the Scandinavia coalition of Wargame Red Dragon, and we're looking at helicopters for Scandinavia, which at first might seem underwhelming. You only have 4 options, a 20mm, and then 3 different sort of iterations of ATGM or anti-tank guided missile helicopter, and I'm here to tell you, and I think our expert player Orangina will also sort of be here to tell you that there's a lot you can do with this tab. Don't look at it and think, oh well, I only have 4 choices, this isn't really viable. Some of these helicopters will perform very, very well in the right niche. So, Orangina, do you want to take this comparison away? And I guess less of a comparison, but more of a how you use these guys, when, where, and why.
Absolutely. So I really love both these helicopters. I take both of them in my deck, and I think most good players who play Scandi do the same. The Totu is a very comfy ATGM helo. It does suffer a bit with the range, but with that accuracy and that AP makes it a very powerful target. Especially too, one of the things that I don't see players do that often, which they absolutely should, is you can land helicopters and sort of use them as like a ground-based ATGM, and that'll really mess up people who get greedy with AA and try and just sort of drive at your helicopter, and this thing will pop them on the ground with the Totu, which is pretty fast as well.
That's really goofy. I've never really thought about doing that. I mean, you're just saying basically you call it in, it gets there quick because it's, 290km/h speed in the air, and then you just hit the land button and treat it like an ATGM vehicle.
Yeah, it's very situational because I wouldn't suggest always doing it. It's more so like if you see AA and you think the player's coming at you with AA, you should probably land it, and chances are sometimes players will just kind of drive the AA into the helo.
That's really goofy. I really want to see that happen now. But that's the Fennec Toe 2. The Fennec 20mm? I mean, yeah, it has 6 strength, but it's just twin M621s. What am I supposed to do with this thing?
So there's tons you can do with this. This is a great opener unit. This is a great mid-game unit. This is a great late-game unit. It has tons of cases. Starting with the opener, I really love when you can either deny other people helo drops, because their helos don't have any guns of their own or any defenses, and it kills the transports. You can also kind of like park these behind tree lines or hedges, and stuff driving by them will get popped by this super powerful autocannon, which, as you can see, has really high rate of fire, has still 2 AP, and that scales. So these things can actually pop IOVs if they get close enough.
And now, it does say twin M621 there, and I was just looking, you can see one on either side. Do the, I guess my question is, do they both fire together, or do you have 2 of the stated stats on either one of these guns?
They do both fire together, and this is the sort of thing where the rate of fire is kind of goofy, and you might have to look at something like the armory tool, which is another application. The 2 guns firing at the same time doesn't change that much, but it does just show you how fast the rate of fire is and how hard hitting this thing is.
Gotcha. So 2 completely functional helicopters that you should definitely take in the first 2 slots here in Scandi. And then I also just want to say, this guide is, well, these unit comparisons are sort of meant for the newer to middle level of the game and of the players of the game. And one of the things that, I mean, I've done before is just panic buy helicopters. And you can almost look at this as a bit of a blessing in disguise. You have 2 good options, neither one of them are expensive. And if you're unable to keep yourself from panic buying that helicopter, at least it won't be quite as bad of a decision if it then gets taken down. So you almost get a little bit of built-in insurance just from lack of options, which it's a goofy pro, but I think it helps. So that's going to be our unit sort of comparison for today. We'll be back with another one here for you guys tomorrow.